Welcome to our first segment of Our Opinion. Not only where our opinion matters, but our opinion matters. My name is Tamika.
I'm Kim.
I'm Rosalind.
And I'm Nicole.
And today we're going to talk about social media and how social media affects today's society. For me, it's relationships. I don't know how you all feel about relationships, but I feel like it's just way too much information on Facebook and Instagram pertaining to relationships. Sometimes it could be good, but most times for me it's not. Personally, when I go on, I don't want to see everybody where they at all the time and on what vacation.
And that's the only time I post, is if I'm doing something like that. I mean, and actually I don't even give you all.
I like the vacation photos.
I like vacation photos.
Yes.
Why not?
It's too much. I mean, I do it too, but for me,
We
listen,
know
this
you're
is-
taking it personal
this
because you
is-
check in everywhere.
I mean, this is our opinion, and my opinion is, I'm not about that life. I mean, sometimes with my girls, but then I think, like I saw somebody who made a post, and this is what made me think about this, so let me be honest. This particular person made a post like, Dad, when you're on vacation, how are you truly vacating when every time you doing something, you stopping just to be like, so who is it really for? Are you in the present? No, because you're not even taking in everything. Now, if you've taken all your pictures, you've enjoyed your vacation, and perhaps came home and then decided to post, maybe that's different. But when he posted that, I was totally in agreement. And I say that too, and I don't want to be a hypocrite because I was one of those. And then I thought about it, like we doing it so much when we all together that I'm not really enjoying what I'm doing.
Well, I think for me, because I love pictures, even before social media came along, I've always taken pictures of my children and my family. And when we go to the parks, when we go on vacation, I'm just a picture taker. I love taking pictures. I just love taking pictures. So, now that we have social media, I still love taking pictures.
Well, good to you.
So,
I do too.
So when I am on vacation, I still think about my children when I'm on vacation and when I'm not with them because I'm vacationing now, probably with my friends now. So I want to let them know, yo, mommy's having a good time. Yes, I'm out here.
And it's the same
It's really
thing.
just pertaining to relationships. So I'm trying to keep it like, it's not so much about the vacating part. It's just with you and your significant other. It's
Well, I
more
always will
relationship.
take one picture. So the way that we normally do if we go on vacation or something like that, we will find a mutual picture that we have taken while we're on vacation, and maybe I'll use that as like my profile picture or something like that. But just to say that I'm on my vacation and I'm taking pictures and I'm constantly putting them
Like your
on.
mom.
No, that I do not do.
Enjoy.
I don't do that.
Your time.
I may say take my picture and then once I get home, I'll look through the pictures and
That's
see
what
what
I
I
do.
have and see if it's something I want to post. And if not, then at that point, I don't. Because I really don't. I don't like to let people in my life like that.
And that's what I'm saying. Like it's
Maybe that's
different
it.
now.
Because this
It's
is based
different
on
now.
relationships. We're talking about
This
the
is relationship part of it.
So I
So
do get that part too.
And that's all, for me it's
When
relationships.
I was married, I didn't do that, honestly.
Yeah.
I really didn't. It was about me and my children. I didn't put me and, my ex's business out there. And if I'm dating now, I wouldn't do that.
And that's what-
I
and
don't
that's
think
what we're saying.
And that's what I wanted to
business.
just piggyback off of what you're saying. It also is a safety issue.
Correct.
You're checking in here, you're checking in there, you come home, you're in Aruba with your significant other or your husband, you come home,
And
find all your things are gone. So it may be a good
TV
idea to
down
post
from the
those
wall.
things while
when you
you're
come
already.
back.
So
Right.
I do. I totally agree with that. I wouldn't do it if I had a significant other.
Right.
I just do it when I'm with my girls and for the, just FYI, when I am on vacation, my daughter actually stay at my house.
Just so that everybody
So
knows.
nobody can get in.
Just so
please
you
take
know.
notes.
Just so you know.
So I guess that's my thing with social media, just relationships. What do you guys think about business?
Well, for the business part of it, because I am an entrepreneur, I do hair, I'm a makeup artist, I sell Mary Kay, I do body wraps.
What's the name of your shop?
business, Miracles Beauty Salon.
That plug in, but
Yeah.
We must
But, and actually I have a new location, in Cleveland Heights. But, the business part of it, I think it's good because, you know, I advertise on IG and I advertise on Facebook, and for me that's positive because you get to brand your name. Not only brand your name, you get to put what you want to put on there. You get more people that's looking versus looking in a magazine. Only fewer people look in a magazine than they do on social. Everybody's on social media. You know, it's a saying that everybody and your mother is on social media. To be honest with you. Not only for beauty salons, it's for any business, for tax businesses, for any type of marketing, whatever. I think.
And that's true.
Yeah.
Because you can do like the recommendations. I know, you know, like people will
Exactly.
do recommendations and stuff like that. And it is good for promotion.
Yeah, I do. I see a lot of that.
Feedback.
A lot of people asking where if somebody knows somebody who can fix something or do something to that effect. So no, that's always good. It helps with my business too. We use social media to promote our events. We are,
And what's the name of your business?
actually this is our business. We are a multimedia company and we basically do and show podcasts, radio, TV. I mean, anything that you're looking to do that's going to get your name out there, make a commercial. I mean, whatever. We just have the ability to be able to make that happen for you.
Right.
awesome.
And I think you get more feedback too on it because you can get, you know, some negatives and some positive even when you're online buying clothes or something like that and shopping because I like shopping online. And if it's something that I want, I'm going to look at the feedback from other people to see if the material is this or did this fit this or, you know, you a size 12, is it going to be a size 12 but when you get it it's a size 6.
Right.
You know?
Was it a Facebook website?
Yeah. So I do think, you know, as far as the business part of it, it's positive. I don't know if it's any negatives for me. It's no negatives as far as the business part of it. I don't know for anyone else.
Well, that's good.
Well, no, I will use it for a negative, in the sense that if I go somewhere and my service is not what I'm used to, especially since I'm in a business where I'm providing a service, and there's a certain level of professionalism that I expect to receive, especially when I'm paying my money for something.
For
If
sure.
it's not what I want, then at that point I think that somebody needs to know.
Yeah.
Because I don't want for you to patronize that place and you get that same type of
And word of
treatment,
mouth
or for you
makes
to
a
do
difference.
it and you go there and the service is just not right. And I feel like nowadays for some reason a lot of people just aren't into the actual serving of their
The
customers
hospitality.
anymore. It's just not there. So with that being said, at that point your ear is going to be there where I go and let everybody know that you're not where you're supposed to be in business.
Correct.
Okay.
Is that wrong?
Is
And it's one of those things too where, you know, bad news is always gonna spread.
Yeah.
And
Much quicker than
fast.
good news.
Way quicker than good news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
People need
wrong.
to-
I think that's your opinion. I don't really think it's wrong, but I wouldn't do it like that.
That's your
You're
opinion.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
Nothing wrong with it,
Everybody
but
have their own
so I mean,
opinion.
some people, but then and to offset that, because where you may not write anything about it, if your experience is bad enough, you just won't never go back.
Well, exactly.
You just won't go back.
Exactly.
But if
Exactly.
I write about it and maybe you see that I wrote about it, maybe as a business owner, you can take that information and better your place. So then that way when I do return, because maybe it's something that I really, really enjoy.
Right.
Then at that point when I do return, then maybe you have changed. Or maybe you've made the proper changes in your business to, you know, do what needs to be done.
And it's not that you're not gonna just not go back, you're definitely gonna tell people. Everyone that comes in that salon chair, when it comes up, oh, you're gonna tell it. That experience what's bad in her,
Oh, yeah.
and it comes up,
Yeah.
oh, X, Y, and Z did ABC. You're going to talk about it.
It's
So,
true.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't
It's
want
true.
nobody to have, if I had a bad experience, I wouldn't want nobody to have that same bad experience that I had. So
Exactly.
And I guess you have to keep in mind that people are human. Not that I'm giving nobody an excuse, but I'm human and I know the type of person that I am. And sometimes you may catch somebody on a bad day.
Absolutely.
It depends on how that person presented though to you, but you can understand maybe if somebody just had a bad day.
You're not even trying to
They may
rectify
not
the
be
situation.
like that. And now you know, but it's that, like did you say like that first impression is last? It could be a situation like that that could be unfortunate because it just might have been a bad day.
That's true.
But you never know. So it's all the same.
So what about keeping in touch? I mean, how do you feel about like, just having the ability with social media to be able to just click a button and they're there?
What you think, Nick?
I think it has definitely wonderful benefits of keeping in touch. I love being able to keep in touch with my family via social media. I think some of the downfalls of being able to keep in touch is when you kind of don't want to be found. If you're ignoring people's texts, you will have people jump on Facebook and say, I text you, you can't text me back, but I see you on Facebook.
Oh,
You know what I
yes,
mean?
yes.
I actually have had that happen. There's a little button that'll show active.
Yeah.
Well, just because this kind of button shows active, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm necessarily
Yeah.
on
On
Facebook. Or
Facebook,
just
yeah.
because I'm scrolling on Facebook don't mean that I necessarily want to address your text right now.
Yeah.
So don't come on my status and try to check me and say I text you, but you can come on Facebook, but you can't, because then there may be a negative
Who
situation.
gonna check you?
Who I wanted to say it. Check me, look. I was trying to refrain from it. Here go Rob. I was like, who gonna check me, look? All right.
So, but I think it definitely has more pros, than cons when you have family members, that live out of town.
Like
when
yourself.
You have people
Who will be leaving
um,
us shortly to relocate.
Girl,
That's
you
a
ain't leaving.
a plug.
I'm gonna always be here with y'all,
For
We
sure.
gonna always.
We could use that as a little plug though, since
Yeah,
we're talking about that, because she would definitely
Absolutely.
be one
Absolutely.
who we will stay in contact with, and is definitely still a part of our opinion and KNTR. So just for our viewers to know,
It's more to
sometimes
come.
it's more
We're
to
gonna be
come.
traveling. We're gonna be
Location.
seeing some stuff.
All
So
that.
kick it with us.
Co-hosts, if some people want to come, or guests, not really a co-host, but guests. But
Please join.
yes.
We would
Yes.
love to have
And bring your opinion, because we need to hear, we need to know. So, I mean, like we're staying on subject then.
Right.
We're staying connected. We gonna be connected. We are
Always.
connected. We
This is
sisters. We gonna always
KNTR.
be
This is
connected.
our opinion.
Family people that we talking to on social media, friends, people.
Yeah.
Like I said, sometimes we want to talk to them, sometimes we don't.
It's always
Yes,
good for
and
me with friends.
it's good.
No, it ain't always good for me.
It is for me. Listen, you can control it.
You can, but sometimes you can't. One of
can
the
control
situations
my
is what I
whole
just brought
page.
up. Another situation. I mean, you can always, scroll, but
You
again,
can delete, you
it's-
can remove
you can.
trends.
I mean, you can, but some things you
control.
might be in
I
your
love my
spirit
page.
when you see things. You may not want to see negativity with your family members when there's a dispute between a family member. So while they're in touch, some people, they don't want that connection anymore of just picking up the phone and calling each other directly. They want an audience. They want likes.
See, and we
You know
are
what I
not on
mean?
that
Yeah.
about that.
So they want to confront you via social media because people are attention seekers nowadays.
This is
So when
true.
they want to have that attention, they want to bring what should be personal in the
To public.
forefront out into the social media atmosphere. And it's nothing more embarrassing to log on to see family members, especially if it's somebody that's close to you
That's true.
and they are going at it.
That's true.
Absolutely going at it. So I think that's one of the downfalls of that.
Well, I still think you can kind of control that. I had an incident before where someone was saying some things on Facebook or whatever the case may be, and it wasn't good, and I saw it, but I just kind of like totally ignored it. But that's scary too, because when your family see it and I might not say anything, but I have children and then I have family that might see it and then it can get ugly.
Correct.
So
Correct.
I feel like that I'm controlling it, but I probably can't control the whole situation.
Right,
But for
entirely.
me, I'll delete you and ignore you.
And that's how I am, but
I don't
have any issues.
Well, no. Well, and then on a positive note, I will say that, as Nicole said, it's fabulous to be able to link up as family members. Like, for example, my husband is not from Cleveland, and his immediate family is out of state. So, for them to be able to get together and talk to one another. I mean, sometimes they get together and just watch the football game on Sundays all together. And it's just really good, for them to be able to stay in touch like that. And I think that's the one thing about it that I truly, truly love.
Yeah.
That he can just reach out and talk to them whenever he feels like it. Because I know what it's like to, not be near the people that you love.
Oh, yes,
and not be able to just, reach out and touch, or, especially when you live halfway across the globe, it costs money to fly back and forth.
Yes.
And sometimes you just be wanting to pick up and go, and when you can't just pick up and go, you have the ability to just hit that button and they're there. And it may not cure all of that, but it will help with some of it.
Yeah, but because for me, my grandson is, in another state, and when I see his face on the technology that we have now on the iPhones, and I see his face, I just be like, thank God for technology, because when I go and see him, and he's still young, he's not even 2 yet, but he knows who I am. When I walk through that door, he be like, Grandma, and it just melts my heart, because if it wasn't for the technology, he would know my voice, but he probably,
wouldn't.
he really probably wouldn't recognize exactly who I am.
To be able to
So I
connect.
really
Yeah.
I really do appreciate that part of it, really.
Well, on another note, what do you guys think about how fast the news spread? I know recently we had the situation with the Florida shooting, which was very, very sad. And the news spread so fast. I remember looking at the news and listening to a parent who basically said they found out that their child was shot, via the news, you know what I'm saying, and social media and everything like that, before they even knew there was even an issue at the school, because things like that can spread so fast. And I mean, it's kind of like a half and half situation, because you're happy to get that information fast so you can know what's going on, but at the same time, if you're on that other end and you're that parent or something like that, to get that news like that, I mean, that has to just hurt your soul, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, you really
I think it's
don't
a
know.
pro and a con. It's
Yeah.
it's like with anything else. I think on the flip side of that, a different kind of news is you can use, I guess, your own news as far as invitations and things like that.
Yeah.
When you want to invite people to things like that, as opposed to just sending out text messages and things like that.
Or postage,
So,
and,
right, exactly.
mail.
So I think, I always think that that's great for social media. People can just respond back and things like that. So
Yeah.
I think on that end it's good, but with the actual news of what's going on, I think you get inundated with just so many CNN and MS.
Yeah, it's just so many.
MSNBC and Fox News and all of that. Sometimes it's too much.
It's overwhelming.
That negative, perfect,
Yeah.
overwhelming,
Yeah.
and it almost is like it just keeps you, what's the word I'm looking for?
Scared.
Right, just like in fear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's
Like,
scared.
I don't believe that God wants us, and not to say that because I could be a scaredy cat, but I'm just saying, God don't want us to be fearful. You know what I'm saying? Every time you turn on the news, at least here in Cleveland, you always hearing about somebody being, and I'm sure, but I only see the news here, so I can only speak for here. But
Watch the
I'm just,
national news.
yeah, or
Yeah,
yeah,
it's just here everywhere.
it's just
like-
ridiculous. Every summer, I hate when summer comes, because it's always somebody's child or somebody's son or somebody getting shot or killed. Every time you turn on the news, it's just negative.
Do you remember
No, it's
when we were
not.
young? I can remember it like it was yesterday. You would turn on the news. The first maybe 5 to 8 minutes was about some type of tragedy that went on. And then everything after that, because the news was like 30 minutes then, everything after that was about a cooking show,
The
something
weather.
boring, the weather. It was literally only like the first 5 to 8 minutes was like a breaking news story. And then after that, you kind of just walked away. Now,
Yeah.
almost the whole thing up until the weather, it's like everything is a tragedy.
Or
Everything.
what's the name called?
It's the nature of the world that
Going
we
to
live in.
somebody's
Yeah.
job, showing how they not doing their job right, seeing who they can get caught up.
That's
and
the
it's
era,
just
that's the world, that's the
negative
nature of what we
energy.
live in though.
Yeah, because
It is.
the TV used to cut itself off when we were little.
Remember you used to have
I mean,
that
I'm not
screen?
gonna
You're telling your age.
I'm
You're
not gonna
telling your
say
age.
with I'm not gonna even say with the B and the H we used because we weren't supposed
You
to
could
watch
get
the
that
B and the
static,
H.
like,
Yeah, static that came up.
Right, and then the static would come up and it would shut your old TV down.
Right.
You know, now TV goes on.
Oh,
night.
24/7.
Yes.
I jump on, my daughter, because sometimes she had her TV on and go to sleep and wake up the TV on. I'm like, the
Yeah.
TV watching you.
Timer, put it on a timer.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't
Then
think that
run up the
I
light
turn it
bill.
off when I don't want it to. It never set up right.
It's not the TV.
It's the person that's operating.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that.
It just don't never work.
That's my opinion.
But you know.
Yeah.
So with that being said, ladies, I think that we all have a lot of different opinions about how we feel and what social media brings to each individual person, as well as what we think it brings to other people. So, I mean, it's a positive, it's a negative, it's a stab in the back, it's a blessing. It has everything.
I just want to say with all of that though, do you guys really think right now that you would be able to function without social media? No, seriously.
I try. I really
I don't
make
mean
an effort.
just Instagram and Facebook. I just mean just in general.
That's good.
Just
Well, I use it for everything though, because
That's
so
how I
I'm terrible with directions.
You so cannot, right?
I say, let me finish because it's my opinion. But I think that I can because if you think about it, it's
yeah, right.
no.
Slower, the lightning.
Because if I did not have it, I wouldn't be using it. The only reason why I use it is because I have it.
And that's true. That's a
I
point.
mean, I'm
Because when we didn't have it, what did we
Exactly.
have?
Well,
So
we had
I do
pagers.
Okay, well that's okay. No, but if we have it though, that's of course if you didn't have it, you wouldn't use it. But I'm saying
Yeah.
if you have it,
Okay, so you
you know, I
had a
just
taste.
said you had it.
You had a taste of it. Can you? Like, we
Live
should
it
do
out.
a challenge. We should do a social
Girl,
media
I'm
challenge.
challenge because I ain't gonna win.
Well, I did my own challenge.
You did?
I absolutely. I fasted from it for 3 weeks. I had to, and the first 3 days were absolutely hard because this is what my excuse is. I kept saying to my husband, I only use it when I'm bored. You're laying down, you're watching TV, you go to grab it, you go to grab it. I had to delete the app off of my phone because I knew that I would grab it. So those first 3 days, it was like I was in some type of alcohol, drug, anonymous type thing, you know what I mean? I would go to grab it. But after those 3 days, I finally got used to it. The hardest thing for me though, this is where I get my information first.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, what happened? It was something that happened on the sports team that was real big.
Oh, when they wouldn't kneel? Is it that?
I can't remember what it was. But
They
something
did
that
not have
happened, and I needed to. I can't remember. I think it was when Isaiah or something was Isaiah when we got Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, okay.
That's when, and I wanted to know what people's reactions because I love reading the comments and things like that. But I did it for 3 whole entire weeks. So what I did was, because I love the Shade Room. So I started going on www.shaderoom.com since I couldn't get to it on Instagram, and then I was good. Other than that, it's just like anything else. You
Yeah.
might get used to it.
It's like, and this is the honest God truth. I use it more for business or because I can't sleep at night, and so I'm not really up looking at the Facebook thing, not really, but I might
Listen.
I might just be playing pool or something with somebody
Yes.
I noticed that somebody up to. I'm not the only one that's up.
No, you
I can't say that. I can vouch for that.
Addicted.
I can vouch for that with her though, because when I try to tell her like the big happening things that's going on, she has no clue.
It's just
She doesn't.
business,
She don't have no
and
clue.
if I can't sleep at night, somebody might be because I
We
like
gonna
playing
get
the
some
pool
other
app.
time.
So I normally shoot pool with somebody who's shooting pool, but most of the time I'm posting pictures
I'm
and
confused. When you
advertising.
say you shooting pool, oh, it's a game. And
It's
like
a
other
game
people
that you. I shoot
Yeah.
regular pool too, but it's a game too on. It's a Facebook app where you can shoot pool. With somebody.
Okay. I used to play poker like that with people.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, if any of you would like to play poker, this is your girl. If
Or-
any of you would like to shoot pool, any time of the night, 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the
there
morning.
ain't no night.
That's
it's
your
morning.
That is, yes.
Oh,
Early
yeah,
in the
morning,
like
sorry.
3, 4
Yeah,
o'clock in
I'm
the
sleeping.
morning.
I would be
Really? Now you're gonna have people all in your
Oh,
She the one.
she up.
She up.
But thank you so much, people, for tuning in, kicking it with us today. And we're gonna hope to be doing this a lot more. So just look out for us. We're gonna send likes, we're gonna have pictures. Like I said, we're gonna be looking to do some traveling just to see what's out here, show everybody what's going on in the world outside of the land and what's going on in the land. So just look out for us. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
God bless.
Check us